Yeah, so it looked like the Mavericks were going to take a commanding lead against the Thunder, 3-1, but the Thunder went on a 9-0 run late, and Dallas couldn't hit their free throws. That 9-0 run was led by Shea. So you called it in a tweet the type of loss that you can't get any sleep after. So after a sleepless night, how do you expect Dallas, and especially Luka and Kyrie, to respond in this next game?
Listen, I think that I still think the Mavs are going to win this series, but they could have won it last night. They could have ended it last night. There was they were in firm control of that game, despite Luka and Kyrie neither playing well or efficiently. Luka and Kyrie had combined for 25 points with 4 minutes left, and the Mavs were up 6, or were up 5 at the time. Despite that, they were in control of this game. They were going to steal one, basically leading wire to wire, despite their two best guys not playing great, because P.J. Washington is still a flamethrower, and Jalen Williams for the Thunder was having a brutal game, and Josh Giddey continues to be unplayable. All of these things working in the Mavs' favor to go up 3-1 and send the baby Thunder home. And instead, Kyrie never got it going. Luka continued his struggles, and Shea was phenomenal once again. So I don't want to just make this about what the Mavs didn't do. I do want to give the Thunder credit, because Shea, who I had third in MVP this year, he finished second, and the guy who one of the guys I had ahead of him, Luka, Shea continued to be the best player in this series. He has been the consistent driving force for the Thunder, not only all year, but all postseason, and in this series in particular. He's given you 29, 33, 31, and 34. In his first conference semifinals of his young career, he went 29, 9-9, 33, 12-8, 31, 10-6, and now 34, 8-5. And it's how one becomes a superstar. In a game where a lot of his teammates flatly didn't have it. Jalen Williams, 5 of 19. Dort, 4 of 14. The bench, aside from Case and Wallace, gave them nothing. And Shea wouldn't let him lose. And kept him connected throughout. So credit to him. Now, Kyrie's had an odd series, because game 2, he only had 9 points, but I thought played exceptionally. Game 3, he was solid. And then yesterday was one of the worst Kyrie playoff games I can remember. And he has, particularly his time in Boston, had some bad ones. But he just wasn't there. And then there's Luka, my guy. Okay? Obviously, Luka's banged up, but he's playing, and it shouldn't be an excuse. And I understand that Luka, it's just his nature to always be yelling at the refs. I think he has become a distraction to himself almost. Every single play, he's awesome. Yelling at the refs. And when Luka's playing well and flame throwing and doing everything, he's still yelling at the refs a lot, but not quite as much as this. But it seems to, and maybe this is just confirmation bias, it seems to get him going. Like he feels like it's, the whole world's against me, I'm going to show him. Right now with him struggling, it seems to be pulling him down a bit. That he feels like that everything's working against me and the refs are against me and his play can't pull him out of it. And so I think that he is I believe he's the best player in the series. He hasn't been, Shea has been. He is definitely the best player on his team. And there's only one other star on this team. And right now, he's got to pull himself out of it. Now, we have seen him do that plenty of times. We saw him do that against the Suns. We saw him do that in series against the Clippers even when they lost. 2-2 is a fine spot for the Mavs to be in. It feels like they squandered it because they had 3-1 sitting in front of them. But Luka's got to be better. Flatly. He can't hit a shot to save his life, and he's letting what he feels is unfair officiating affect him. So he's got to be better. Hey, thanks for watching. Hit the subscribe button to get more from the show, and make sure to click the bell to get notified every time new content drops. Check out full episodes of What's Right wherever you get your podcasts, or just click the link in the description below.